Howdy, howdy, this is Blue Otter. Today we're playing Times and Galaxy. We're heading over back to the shuttle. We got a cat show to go report on. I was wondering if I could slip on that. Okay, nope. What we have here, we have the Augur crewmate known as the mechanic seems to be engaged in a conversation with one of the shuttle bots. There's a lot of gesturing going on. Not with the 34th tubing. It won't run. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, really? You show me then if you're so smart. Beep, 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 beep. Huh? I didn't think of that. Beep, 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 beep. Okay, that's over the line. Beep, beep. Do you always get this heated with the shuttle bots? I hope I'm not interrupting. It's fine. Beep, 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 beep. That's no way to greet someone. Apologize to the new intern. Beep, beep. Like you mean it. Beep, beep, beep. Sorry about that. They get riled up easily. But don't take it personally. I don't speak shuttlebot. What did it say? Do you fight a lot with the shuttlebots? What did they say? You don't want to know. Anyways, we should probably get back to work. Beep, 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 beep. There, that was nice. They said you don't seem as poorly constructed as they thought. Yeah, wow, high praise. Yeah. They mean well. At least, I think they do. Hold on, I think we can go back here. Oh, we have different things that we can... Is this where we can put different things on? Hi, you found your way to engineering, huh? This is sort of my domain, my lair, if you will. Well, you can talk. You seem different from other shuttlebots. What do you do here? I do a bit of everything. Help the mechanic with shuttle repair sometimes. But usually I'm working on my own projects. Super cool. Top secret projects. Speaking of, the hustle boots. How are they running? Wink. Did you just say wink out loud? I love running around. I love running around. It's so exciting to have another robo on board. I mean, we have other robos, but a Roboreporter? I've got plans for more upgrades too. What kind of upgrades? Thanks for the boots. I'll try to represent robo as well. What kind of upgrades? Oh, this and that. Okay, you got me. Twist my circuits. You can take a peek at my workbench if you really want to know. The hat is looking extremely classy and classic. And the shades, radical for sure. But neither entirely works at the moment. These things take time. But make sure you come back and talk to me soon, okay? I'll keep you in the loop. So we have hat. Shuttlebot X's workbench. It's hard to tell what exactly they've been tinkering on here. Ah, you found what I like to call the tinkering zone. I spent a lot of time down here. These are some upgrades currently considered work in progress, WIP. That's work in progress in case you didn't know. You recognize the hustle boots because you already have them. But what are the other two? Why are you making me upgrades? What are you working on exactly? I've been cooking up a couple amazing upgrades to assist you in your journalistic endeavors. Features the goobers at the Robo Factory should have installed standard, if you ask me. Not that anyone is asking me. So anyway, do you want an advanced optics to scan the area around you for potential clues? Or do you want the charisma cap to unlock your charismatic potential in conversations and interviews? You can have both, but which one do you want me working on first? Choose wisely. There's no going back. We'll do advanced optics. Advanced optics, huh? Great choice. Come back to the tinkering zone in a cycle or two. You'll never see the world the same way again, or worlds, I guess. Okay, so we can get visors, hat. We've already got the boots. Pretty nice digs you got here. Seems the broken pilot bot has made themselves a home in engineering. It's probably best that nobody beyond the shuttle bots know that you snuck this little fugitive aboard, or you'll take a serious hit to your reputation as a reporter. I sure to warn you, I'm real bad at keeping secrets. A giant mechanical arm is twitching as if dreaming. There is a nameplate. Apparently this robotic arm is called Barry. Say hello. Whoa, rock on. Maybe that's a hello back. Nice to meet you. Hey, nice. Seems like Barry is pleased to meet you too. Are you part of the ship? Oh, seems like that's like a no. Okay. Barry must be an independent entity of some kind. Do you help out in engineering? Cool, seems like a yes. Barry seems friendly. Perhaps you could be pals. We already did that. You're gonna work on that. Okay. Back to the shuttle bay. And we're gonna go. Are you ready to go out on assignment? Yeah, let's do it. Good. Those space cats aren't gonna report on themselves. So, new planet. Cosmic Cats Fancy the Crown. Archibello Community Shelter, Interstellar Cat Show. On today. Fitty's feline and feline adjacent treats. Okay. The press. Someone actually came to this time? I mean, welcome to the show. You must be with the Times and Galaxy. I'd recognize that jacket anywhere. There are lots of eye-catching entries this quarter. So please take your time and look around. Can you tell me the categories? Can you tell me about the contestants? Categories. Of course. We're down to the finalists. There are 4 cats left to judge and 3 awards left to give out. Stinkiest Pet, sponsored generously by Fitty's Feline Snack Treats. Most Unique. And Best in Show. I have my predictions, of course. But it wouldn't be right to share them before the judging. Can you tell me about the contestants? Certainly. This quarter has seen an unseemly shakeup with the introduction of the robo category. The winner, L351, 1I3, is competing now as a finalist, alongside some strong entrants, Emil, Mittens, and Rex. The deliberation is going to be tough. Although, I think Stinkiest Pet is all but determined already. How do you define cat? Great question. I don't have time to get into the intricacies of the rulebook with you. But the basics involve coat, temperament, ear shape, snout presence, snout shape, nostrils. To a non-expert like yourself, I can see that the array of cats might look quite exotic and bewildering. But for a trained fancier like myself, I can identify a cat nearly instantly and with great accuracy. And let me add, it is just preposterous that they added the robo category. This show is about species, about biology. And I honestly don't know what it's coming to. If I'm asked back, I'll be unlikely to attend. Humanity's invitational cat show isn't what it used to be. But as long as I'm here, I'll uphold any standard I can muster. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to prepare for judging. You have a bit more time to look around. Return to General when you're ready to hear the results. You can't go. You have to see the final judging. Should we start it now? No, I need to explore more. Then get back out there. That's literally what I'm trying to do. Many of the cats around the room are preening or being pampered and brushed by their owners. This one sits alone. Rather than fur, it has sleek metal plates. It's in the shape of a cat, but the similarity is in there. Finally, I've been waiting 2 hours and 27 seconds. Waiting for me? Waiting for someone to interview me? This design was meant to be recorded in exacting detail. I'm L351I3. You have never seen a feline like me. I've actually never seen a cat, so you're a self-made cat. Does being inorganic affect judging? For one thing, there's no chance of having an accident while showing off my stunning self. But admittedly, the reception here is terrible. I am sure you have noticed as much. It makes downloading any new protocols a real chore. Speaking of which, I need to download an update to my preening subroutine. Have a nice show. Leslie goes, still and unresponsive, working on the update, evidently. There appears to be a goopy and glowing object on the floor. Here is it a hairball? Which cat made this and what are they eating? Some cat trees, some are clearly for gooier cats than can survive without oxygen. You'd hate to see these get mixed up. Mittens seems to be watching you in that container. Fortunate that Mittens is in there and you are out here. Pet Mittens. You gently pat the glass and Mitten blinks, all eyes swiveling over at you. Nice, what a nice cat. This cat is inside a containment unit of some kind. Its owner has apparently just finished cleaning the glass. I see you. Sneaking glances at Mittens. Don't be shy. It's perfectly sensible to be enthralled by such an eye-catching cat. What can you tell me about this cat? Did you breed it yourself? Is Mittens there? Is Mittens okay in there? What can you tell me about this cat? Mittens is 10 pounds, 3 years old, likes artificial tuna and ground life worm. Dislikes include long movies and walks on the beach. I meant its pedigree. Oh no, I don't think Mittens was bred at all. Made more like. But that's all I'm saying about that. For the moment, at least. Is there a reason for that? What do you think Mittens... Or how do you think Mittens would do? Is there a reason for that? Certainly. And can I know the reason? It would probably be inadvisable for me to share from a legal standpoint. I'm keeping it between me and Mittens. That's fair. They're pretty loose with the definition of cat here. This cat appears to be entirely made out of space slime. It looks like a pile of goo doing its best impression of a cat. Hey, got your peepers on, Emil, do you? You must have keen optics. Have you entered the show before? Nope, never had a cat before, ML. Blurble. Say, is it supposed to look like that? What do you think your chances? Does Emil bite? Say, is it supposed to look like that? Who knows what any of us are supposed to look like? But I think Emil is very beautiful. I actually found Emil. Or should I say, Emil found me. Blurble. On a garbage heap. We share a special bond. Wow, I imagine that bond of being disgusting. What were you doing in garbage? That's kind of private. But if you must know, I was collecting debris for a macrame project. If you'll excuse me, you wouldn't know, but Emil is already famous. I made some posters of him and they're selling like mooncakes. So I don't have time for your interrogation. I wasn't interrogating, I was just trying to... Cat tools. Yeah, so there's... Was it Emil? Leslie, Mittens... A selection of cat toys and products are on display. There's a space helmet made for cats, or possibly made so its wearer looks like a cat in space. Judge Rudy Luxel, poised, elegant, forbidding, smells vaguely like disinfectant. The cat riding at their shoulders is watching you hungrily. A lot of interesting cats out here. That little beast Mittens has certainly caught my eye. Emil and Leslie are intriguing too. How did the cat show get started? How did you become a judge? Who are the cats on you? Yeah, how did the cat show get started? Small group of expert beast breeders first had the idea for a show. Myself among them. We originally hosted it on Central Station, but the attendance was extremely low. As it turns out, there are more cat fanciers on Humania. Also, the winning cat was accidentally blasted out of the airlock. That's terrible. Were you always a judge? I was a winner in one of the first ever interstellar cat shows. As an expert in the field, I was quickly tapped for a judging position. I do sometimes miss the competition, but it's better this way. Do you ever enter your own cats? Can you tell me about the cats on you? Can you tell me about the finalists? Gladly. Which cat would you like to know more about? Tell me about Emil, Leslie, or Mittens. We'll do Emil. Emil, oh, the Felis aviculur, a common breed of goop cat. Nothing particularly notable about that entry. Besides perhaps the smell. Spent rocket fuel, lemon, and garbage, perhaps. Tell me about Leslie. An entrant from the new category. I'm interested, certainly. Things have been stagnant for too long here. New categories are exactly what this competition needs. And I have to admit, that design is sublime. The ears, the tail, classic. Can you tell me about Mittens? A fascinating subject, as I said. I'm quite intrigued. I tried questioning the breeder about it, but they wouldn't give up much information, trade secrets. Us breeders are admittedly quite protective of them. How about Rex? Oh, Rex, that's correct. A mysterious entrant, even I haven't gotten a look yet. But Sigil Milwick is known for their bold entries when they do attend. So I expect Rex will be an exciting specimen. Thanks, Judge Rudy. Enjoy the show. Prizes and trophies for this show's winners. They include Best in Show, Most Unique, and an award for the stinkiest cat. All are sponsored by Fiddy's Feline Snack Treats. Okay, we have all this. Then we got like a secret agent over here. Sigil Milwick's booth appears to be closed. You can't see the cat inside. Someone appears to be peeking out from behind the curtain. Can you comment for Times and Galaxy? Excuse me. Can I ask you a quick question? Can you comment for Times and Galaxy? I don't have time for that right now. I'm still prepping Rex. Here is Rex. No response. It appears that they have other priorities. Sigil is very secretive. Okay, I've talked to all these people, so I guess it's time to go back. You can't go. You have to see the final judging. Should we start it now? Yes, let's go. On to the judging then. It's convenient that they held it up for me. Is it this way? Are you ready to file your story and head back to the scanner? Gerald Grudge says the judging is about to start. Are you sure you don't want to stay for that? You're right. I better go and watch the judging. All right, come back here when you're ready to go. I thought it was that way. If you're looking for the judging, yes, it's on the other side of the room. Thank you. Well, there's Mittens. Okay, here we go. Judge Rudy Luxel claps loudly. The room comes to attention. After much deliberation, the judging committee has reached an agreement. I give you now my co-host, Gerald Greggs, presenting the first category. Gerald steps up to speak. For the category of stinkiest pet, generously sponsored by Fiddy's Feline Snack Treats, Laxnar Ironwood with Felis Aviculera Emil. Laxnar jogs up graciously to accept the trophy. Heck to the yeah. In your face, Space Wads. Moving swiftly along. For the category of most unique winner is Leslie with the cat construct, also L351I3. Leslie trots daintily forward and accepts the trophy, gleaming flawlessly under the lights. Was there ever any doubt? No, there was not. Judge Rudy Luxel claps for their attention. And now, what we've all been waiting for. Best in Show. The competition was stiff this quarter, but we reached a near unanimous decision. We award this high honor to Sigil Milwick for the magnanimous and breathtaking Rex. Sigil Power walks up with Rex. Thank you. That's a dog. The cat barks enthusiastically. Boof. It's been an honor to improve the show. Vark, the disobedient one, seems dejected, but continues to polish Mitten's enclosure. And now, to wrap up, I will read aloud our list of donors and beloved sponsors. Oh, hello, darling. So sorry I was slammed earlier. What you need to know about Rex is he loves belly rubs, he doesn't drool, and he has blood. Has there ever been a more perfect cat? That is all I have to say. Thank you, darling. Thank you. Varg looks dejected but resolved. Can I get a quote for Times and Galaxy? Varg sighs, lifting mittens from the table. I'd prefer not to. I don't have anything to say. A good showing, wouldn't you say? I was impressed. Would you pleased with the results? Was the deliberation hard? Well, Gernald put up a bit of a fight as usual. He always thinks his backward traditionalist opinions are the most valuable. But we agreed in the end. And I do believe the best cats won. I expect the next show's contestants will even be more impressive. I hope to see you again next show. Yeah. As do I. Prime knows the field could use more attention. So thank you for taking the time. Capillary say goodbye. The cat riding Rudy's shoulder hisses at you. Emil is made a beautiful glistening slime. Would you like to pet him? Yes. Your hand doesn't sink in, but rather sticks to the surface. Burble. And comes away coated. Oops, better hope the smell doesn't linger. We've got... no thanks, because we already pet him once. Maybe for the best. Emil does look kind of sticky. We're gonna come over here. Laxnar is feeding Emil a treat or pushing it into Emil's body. Any comments on the results? Laxnar looks up brightly. Emil mirrors this movement. Well, I'm just overwhelmed, overjoyed, overcome. Emil feels the same, don't ya? Emil emits a noise that could theoretically be construed as an affirmative. Okay, then we've got him, Gernald. Glad to see there were no injuries this show. Perhaps I will participate in the next one after all. Are there usually a lot of injuries? Are you pleased with the results? What made you choose Rex for Best in Show? Oh, decisions. Because he opened the door for that. What made you choose Rex for Best in Show? Ah, such a fascinating beast. There was a lot of discussion. Ultimately, the biology and appearance of such a creature, it had to be Best in Show. Are there usually a lot of injuries? I will admit, there have been some maimings, but that's no reason to avoid the show. You're not going to put that in there, are you? Just strike that, if you will. No maimings to worry about. And as you saw it, this show was great. And no bribery. Which is a real win. No bribery. Last quarter, someone threatened my life. Luckily for me, I value my integrity too much. Over your life? You clearly understand nothing about the world of competitive cat breeding. Good cycle to you. I think cycle means day. Okay, I think... Let's look at this. Okay, so we have quarterly cat show held on Humana. Cat show enjoyed by all. Panting Canine wins cat show. Eyes in jar among cat show's competitors. Cat made a goo. Informative, alien interest, informative. I've kind of been doing more of that, but that's 3 reputation. This one, Panting Canine, plus reputation, plus 2 readership. Okay, we're gonna go with that one. Quarterly Interstellar Cat Show was held on... Okay, the show happened. Narrative opening. Cats with fur, chipsets, slime, and just eyes crowded into the modest Atrabla Community Shelter vying for Best in Show. A furry tail wagging cat named Rex was crowned Best in Show at this quarter's Interstellar cat show on Humana. The autonomous robo entered itself in this quarter's intersolar cat show on Humana. A jar of eyes named Mittens was among a handful of cats vying for a title at the annual. It's not every day you meet a cat made of goo, but that's just what an augur named Laxnar Ironworm brought with him to the annual intersolar cat show on Humana. Okay, that's all I've got. So this one kind of deals with information. Show attracted a wide variety of unique and interesting cats from across the system. Prizes and trophies for this year's winners included Best in Show, Most Unique, and Award for the Stinkiest Cat. So that would probably be... other winners included a Robo Cat construct awarded Most Unique and a cat-shaped pile of goo deemed this quarter's Stinkiest Cat. The Robo category is a relatively new and somewhat controversial addition to the long-running show. Despite always being held on Humana, the show is proudly intersolar, featuring aliens from across the system. If I'm focusing on Rex, now it's saying thoroughness was 19 out of 28, so that tells me that there's still something that I'm missing. Yeah, others would... no quote. Trade secrets. Us breeders are mainly quite protective. I do believe the best cats won. Competition is fierce and occasionally dangerous. Last show someone threatened my life. Not every judge, just overwhelmed. Said after it's one. Yeah, Emil feels the same. Yeah, that. I think that one was one. He doesn't drool and he has blood. Has there been a more perfect cat? Well, if I'm focusing on... things have been stagnant for too long. Here, Judge Rudy Lexel says new categories are exactly what this competition needs. I'm leaning towards this one. The show was held at the modest Atribula Community Center in a lush humanity jungle. Originally hosted on Central Station, the cat show early history was marred by low attendance and a winning cat accidentally being blasted out of the airlock. The judging rubric assesses a competitor's cat's temperament, ear shape, and presence of nostrils. Found each other on a waste of those. Okay. Emil and Laxnar found each other. Yeah. Prior to judging, Sigil kept their cat Rex hidden behind a curtain, refusing to let anyone see the animal. At this particular competition, cat can be defined in many ways, including mechanical or bioorganic. Oh. In the end, judges awarded the top prize to a dog contestant Rex and owner Sigil Mark. The self-governing cat was awarded the most unique, and title of the stinkiest pet went to sludge-based Emil and owner. That seems pretty standard. Thank you for your interest. Yeah, he's probably saying like boof. Okay, let me go. All right, I got Mitten seems to be watching the container. Fortunate that Mins is in there and you're here. Probably a good choice, Mitten. Blinks at you. Is printing on her table. Are you satisfied with the win? Any particular quote for Times and Galaxy? Leslie makes no response except for a low humming noise. Code scrolls by on her eyes. This might be an update protocol. You're probably not getting a quote. Okay, I mean, a selection of refreshments provided for guests, including bowls of silicon and onion chips for robots. You should focus on the job instead of snacking. Are you ready? You want to file on head? Yeah. Yes? I feel like I'm missing stuff, but I'm not sure what I'm missing. So Rex wins, focus on that. Honors abound when there's a lot of different things. Here's a quote from someone that didn't win the best in show, but still gave a lot of information on that. And in the end, here's an overview of what happened. So let's, 19 out of 28. I mean, that's like 2/3. We're going to submit the story. 21 out of 28. That's not too bad. Readership's up thanks to stories like this. I mean, unless I wanted to go with the angle of, you know, judge's life threatened because he makes the wrong ruling at a cat show. Internship cycle 3, bunks. All right. Hey, Blue Water. Don't mind me. I was just watching you sleep. Why are you watching me sleep? What do you mean by sleep? How is that? Oh, yeah. What do you mean watching me sleep? Or why are you watching me sleep? I wanted to make sure your new charging station is working. Going forward, you'll recharge your batteries and collect your thoughts at this station before each news cycle starts. The good news is that everything seems to be in working order. You're all charged up and ready for whatever Arwen has planned for you. Hopefully, it's something a little more exciting than a cat show. I actually enjoyed the cat show. I'll cover whatever Arwen wants. I mentioned to cover a bigger story. I actually enjoyed the cat show. That attitude will get you far here. Whether it's journalism or ship maintenance, they really expect everyone to pay their dues. Even Gravity had to cover a cat show or something similar way back when. He'll never admit that though. Oh geez, look at the time. I'd better get back down to engineering before this whole ship blows up. I'm kidding, don't worry. That hardly ever happens. Hardly ever happens. Okay, so here... Okay, we have maps, we have the bunks, the newsroom. That tell me where everything is. The archives, bridge. Bridge is where we don't have access. Fast travel status offline. Update scheduled for cycle 4. Okay, so I think cycle 4 might be where we get a fast travel system. Here's the garden, the cafeteria, reception, shuttle bay, and engineering. Okay, I'm gonna take a snapshot of that. So we have bunks, the place to go when you're ready to sleep, or in the case of robots, really recharge. Newsroom, a galaxy of messy desks is where the deadline-driven magic of interplanetary newspaper happens. Every known fact of the solar system can be found in this tiny room. Just make sure to be nice to the twin Zeal archivist wrangling it all. We have the bridge. Who the heck is flying the ship? They're probably in here doing exactly that, we hope. Garden and space. Nobody can hear you scream about cute plants, but in this space, everyone can hear you, so try to keep it down. Cafeteria. Reporting on an empty stomach, not today, friend. It doesn't matter if your palate leans towards savory or unleaded. Foodbot will fuel you right up. Reception. Times the Galaxy's welcome mat. Unless you're here to complain about a story, then it's the first line of defense. Shuttle bay. Need a littler ship to zoom you planet side for a story. They're ready and waiting for you here, maintained by the mechanic and his army of beeping shuttlebots. And engineering. Maybe you cannot change the laws of physics, but you can use them in engines to surf the cosmos in the name of journalism, of course. Okay, and it looks like we've also got some charging stations over here. Station where you recharge after each assignment. It hums like an angel. What about here? Infuriating. Access file heavy sigh remix dot wave. Play on infinite repeat. What's wrong? How are you, janitor bot? You look like you like to loop music while you work. That's, yeah, what's wrong? Janitor bot eradicates filth. My sacred function .biz. Yet janitor bot is forbidden to enter individuals' bunks, while they are permitted to keep their doors open, taunting janitor bot with vile messes that janitor bot is not allowed to clean. This puts janitor bot's programming into conflict with itself, generates error corrupted file feeling. No patch fix available, error reported, but janitor bot is told to continue on in this apply state agony. Could you ask to enter the bunks? Why worry about something you cannot change? You can clean my bunk anytime. Could you ask to enter the bunks? Access memory. Oh, janitor bot has asked so many times that they changed janitor bot's programming to forbid janitor bot to ask again. Yet the feeling/pain remains. A denial of service attack on janitor bot's custodial being. Anyway, janitor bot is falling behind on cleaning schedule. Access file : conversation/endings. Thank you for conversing with janitor bot. Letting vent feelings.exe play in full. Please report any news spills immediately. Or any news spill immediately. These bunks are military style. This is because the scanner was originally a solar battle cruiser, and these personal sleeping pods were meant for solar battle soldiers. After the ship was decommissioned, the pre-merger Dorp Galaxy retrofitted the ship to cover the solar system from end to end. Martina keeps a running tally of personal bests on her door. Those numbers keep going up. 9,000. Linda's in the trap and is screaming, "Save yourself." Oh, we can have pets? Use of the designated sleeping pods has been customized by the staff member who sleeps in it. How novel. You can hear the broadcast of a thrilling Muncho match coming from Billy's pod. A human has swallowed Ugg's smallest moon, which is really just a reasonably sized rock. You can hear the... okay. Yeah. Oh man, I locked myself out of my pod again. No. Sorry, bud. Okay, what? Trillards. Billiards is to trillards as snooker is to snook is. Okay. More pods. I have 2 different colored taps from which you may procure water. They are blue and red. Waterfalls often hide secret passages, but not this one. It's just a waterfall. Oh, it's a front gammon set. Easy to play. Very similar to backgammon, but your gammons come from the front instead of the back. I like backgammon. Backgammon's fun. So that is there. This appears, this might be where a goo is sloshed over the sides of the bed. Puff Piece has been frolicking in their dreams again. What do we have here? Here it is. A shining, timeless example of award-worthy journalism. My very first article. I often reread it. I recommend you do the same. Everyone should. What was the article about? What was your first article and not your latest one? What made it so good? What was the article about? The headline reads, "Big turnout for Humanitarian's bake sale. Still not enough to save local library." The pathos, the emotions, the many baked goods I had to sample. I captured it all. Went well over my word count to do so, obviously. Then they cut it down brutally to fit the page. It was still incredible, of course. But I swore I'd protect my beautiful, perfect writing from foolish, naive editors who couldn't tell what a priority story was, if it was their job. That's why I reread it. It fuels the fire within me to fight for my integrity above all else. Going over word count is generally a bad thing now. Why? I should reread the story. Okay, no. I've actually written so many essays, and some of them, there was one of them that I wrote that could have been 3 full essays. You're one of those smart robos. I'll tell you what. I'll leave a copy on my desk for you to come study for a nominal fee, and even autograph it for a larger nominal fee. How much are nominal fees? Well, cheaper than my keynote fees. But if you have to ask, it's probably more than you can afford. So, save up. Good things come to those who are fiscally responsible. Off you go. Think on your financial situation and make a plan. You'll thank me. Another cycle. I think this must be the archives. Yeah, we're in the archives. Oh, they've got the hang in there kitty poster. What about over here? Times and Galaxy Archive Terminal. First Roboreporter hired. Times of Galaxy proud to announce employment of first ever Roboreporter by farewell the questionable one, the scanner. Times of Galaxy welcomes a new intern in the newsroom, a being who is a bit more bits and bytes than readers may be used to. The solar system's first Roboreporter bot is now on deck, penning stories like an organic wood. They said it couldn't be done, but what have they ever done, huh? Said Arwen Vats, TNG's assignment editor. The creation of this robot, which Vates calls certifiably cool, arose from an agreement with the 23rd Robo facility on Og, later deemed the Reporter Bot Project. We actually suggested it. Warzub Blurp Factory, or Blurk Factory 4-person explained. A holopaper from the break room fell on the assembly line and imprinted on our robot body. We cleaned it up and it got us to thinking, why not have a little metal reporter? How fun would that be? So we called the paper and here we are. The Roboreporter's unique schematics include typo-free software, an advanced empathy question matrix, and an adorable, peppy yet blank disposition ideal for nuanced conversations. Can we read the others? Oh, here we are. Shortest conflict, the longest shadow. Survivors of the 5 Minutes War gather to reminisce. By Pharrell. Memorial Corner, humanity never stop remembering what almost happened. Maybe this is the promise kept by the survivors of the 5 Minutes War. There aren't many of them left, not because of casualties. Nobody died, and the only reported injury was a sprained ankle, but only a few still honor each other's bravery during the moderate, brief, zero casualty conflict that brought them together. Gathering as they do annually at Humanity's Memorial Corner, home of the planet's most affordable memorial for rent, the two men who've shown up reminisce about how first contact almost became their last moments of life. I was the one who almost bit that zeal. Retired Professor Wensley Whiskers Gundry says, I admit it, I've learned to live with the guilt that I started that whole mess. And I twisted my ankle, added retired Private David Scroops. I wasn't quiet about it either. I have a really low pain threshold, and boy do I yowl. Gundry and Scroops were among the first group of humanitarians dispatched to meet the Zeal, then an unknown species who had suddenly arrived in the system. When a Zeal represented excited their shuttle, or exited their shuttle and approached the humans, Corporal Gundry reached into its glass ball and attempted to consume the Zeal within. I thought they were offering us a snack, like a peace offering in a big goopy fishbowl. Sure, it was submerged in liquid, but I love good brine, Gundry says. Gotta admit, even now, Zeal look tasty. Can I admit that in print? I need a Zeal if I had a chance. I won't, though. I'm not a monster. Tell him, Scroops. Right, Scroops assured. Okay, this is going on. For sure. If you want to read it, just kind of pause and go through. What do we have? What's our next story? Mocho draft reveals ironclad livers of the future. Article discusses Muncho, a sport about eating poison. Please do not eat poison. Muncho players are among the most trained athletes in the entire system. No foul play suspected in death of man responsible for Horkin Zimbezis. Okay, but the first robo thing, that was kind of cool. That's a story about us. About me. Alright, we've got this. Shivers. Are augurs willing to sacrifice for their own comfort to earn a living? Okay, so this one. Okay, we have other topics. Food. Okay, I see how it is. Okay, so we go up here, we pick the topic, we do like locations, and then we can select from there. Okay. Seems like a lot of yarn, but each ball's thread count is one big thread each. Another Unity project, yeah. I'll talk to them. Another cycle. Another knitting project. Bluffing with some muffins and well for one humanitarian library. One of my finest leads. Alright, I want to see... Okay, there's robo fights. Sounds like there's so much to this. Yeah, let's do time. Time was historically measured using myriad ways of Dorp system prior to first contact. When the aliens, the Verge, used Proto's weather patterns, Argos used the position of the stars, the movement of the sun, and the sky to create a calendar broken up into weeks and months. Humans measured time as one singular relative unit from the moment of a person's birth to the moment of their death, known as their time. Zeal brought the concept of cycles to the system, a standard unit of time consistent across the solar system that nobody quite understands, but almost everyone accepts just because it's easier that way. Okay, well that explains that. Alright, so we're going to be able to do a lot. I know I want to come back in here, but this is the archives. Oh, here we got the tripod thing here. Check. Captured. Intern in the snacking area. Should you be slacking here? I'm not slacking, I'm snacking. Nice to meet you on Blue Water. I was not doing anything. That's nice, but I won't be committing to a long-term storage. You interns never last long enough for that. And I need the space. I have pictures from the time Drumpo Truxler's pants fell down on stage. Do you even know who that is? No, who is that? This is exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, then why are you keeping it if no one knows who it is? You need to step your game up, intern. Then maybe I'll bother to learn your name. Yeah, okay. Well, now that I'm... Okay, we can close that. Encased in cathode tubes, these UV snacks gush when broken into toxically delicious. Their microwave has not been cleaned in. Your readings cannot determine how long. Maybe that's why it's a little stinky. Yeah. Oh, here we go. If you wait to see if the vending machine has anything to say. You discover that it does not. Ooh, okay. We've got someone with... hey, a pipsqueak. I have a feeling I'm gonna have a bunch of new nicknames. Wish I had more time to show you the ropes. But I'm one highly toned calf deep in a hedge fund scandal. How do you keep your... Yeah, can you tell me anything about it? Looks like a crooked hedge fund manager has been exposed on Archibald. Been playing loose with the goodwill of gullible senior gardeners, making off with their hedges and ivy assets under covers of night. It's a sick galaxy out there. And on the crime beat, it's my duty to cover exactly how sick. Looks like I'm Archibald bound. Catch you later, intern. She pats you on the shoulder with a force that leaves you wondering if your metal is dented. Okay, there's the... Sure thing. Okay, there's the puff piece. That's the shortcut. Okay, here's... Oh, here we go. Hello, Blue Water. Hi, Copybot. I trust that you are settling in well. The learning curve is steep. It's easier with you. Yeah, so far so good. That is excellent. Keep up the good work, and perhaps they will keep you. Based on your work so far, I would not complain. Time near verb, Copybot. Time near verb. Yeah, I know. I want to talk to Arwen here, because... There we go. Please remind the writers to always put the time near the verb in their informational leads. A deal was struck this cycle, not this cycle a deal was struck. It's important for consistency and concision. Arwen rolls the goo equivalent of their eyes. Blue Water, good timing. Copybot and I were syncing until now. Time is now, verb is sync. Acceptable distance. What does that even mean? Hello again, intern. I must say, Arwen, this one has potential. I think so too. I really must get back to my work. The war against them dashes never ends. I suppose someone needs to worry about how close a time is to a verb. That reminds me, I need to ask a favor. Have you met Joe? He's the scanner's captain, a real character. He borrowed my copy of E.B. White Dwarf's The Theoretical Elements of Style. It's been something like 84 cycles and I need it back. You'll likely find Joe on the bridge, which is the one part of the ship you don't have access to yet. Find SecurityBot and let them know I gave permission to upgrade your clearance. Ooh, I can go to the bridge. That's what I just heard. SecurityBot was in the garden. Ooh, who are you? Whoa, new reporter / friend alert. Welcome aboard the scanner. I'm Chilla, the greatest one, arts and entertainment editor. Yeah, tell me about the arts and entertainment. Where to even begin? Pick a planet, I'll tell you what's popular there right now. Central Station doesn't count. They just have an onboard improv comedy company called Primetime. The less said, the better. How about UG? Arts on UG are very physical. Maybe that's because of the harsh climate. There's a bigger emphasis on interplay between environment and performer. Dance, sculpture, sculptures that dance, whatever it is, audiences judge it by the ability to endure. I once saw a sculpture that revealed new layers as a sandstorm slowly ripped it apart. Pretty cool stuff. Prito, please? Given the love of rituals there, it might not be surprising that Prito is big on theater, but there are only 6 plays produced on Prito. Each one is a morality tale. The artistry is how those plays get told each time, and how the company handles the entire theater-going experience. Is the lobby well decorated? Is the pre-show small talk compelling? Are the beverages refreshing and reminiscent of the play's greater themes? Are there gift bags at the end? The most popular companies are a mix of performers, interior designers, mixologists, anyone who can enhance the experience. Neat, huh? Yeah, Humania. Humania itself is divided into factions. A lot of their entertainment is in reality productions about how the other factions live. The Gardeners produce shows about how the Deep Dwellers live. Deep Dwellers do the same about Neo-Humans, who do the same about both of those groups, as well as the Off-Worlders. It's a big circular obsession with their neighbors. Love stories between characters from different factions are especially popular. Yeah, cool. Thanks for the details. Rad cool. I'll see you around. And welcome once more to the scanner. I like him. He's probably the bad guy. You don't have an exclamation mark? Here. Let's go up to... But you are not the security bot. A juvenile wallowing weeper. May you grow up big and strong. To weep, sob, and dare I say keen. Oh, hello, you must be the new intern. Didn't see you there. I sometimes come in here to muse on a current story. Weigh the careful selection of one word over another. Ask myself whether my perspective was indeed as unbiased as I could have been. Muse over word count. You know, important journalistic stuff. Any tips on my work so far? I had a chance to glance at your recent story, The Cat Show. A difficult assignment for its utter banality and profound journalistic abjection. But you overcame the challenges with a plop. A moderate round of kudos are in order. Thank you? Who is to say? But despite my humble origins, I have paved a path of greatness. Why, just next cycle, I'm off to Humania to cover an announcement being made by Neo-Human President Ryler Gravpuck. What will he have in store? A potential scandal in the making? Indeed, mine is delicious and honorable work. Okay, oh, we got another aquarium over here. Oh, there's security bot. You again, huh, Blue Otter, right? Arwen said you would be coming. I guess they wanted me to give you access to the bridge. Something about collecting a book from Joe? And access granted, just like that. I beamed it to your robo magic. If you find any more seeds, come find me. Otherwise, maybe do not bother. I am pretty busy. Security bot stares at you awkwardly for a moment. Security bot out. Oh, I guess this is the bridge. What's going on? As you step onto the bridge, a huge shutter runs through the ship. Yeek! Give me the bad news, Becca. The tractor beam is pulling us in. Not good. Escape trajectory? Calculating. If we max thrust and pivot, we have 42% chance of escape. Grime, but better odds than usual. Oren, I am having a wonderful time problem solving with you two. Great, on my mark. Now. The ship lurches again, but this time the tension breaks and the scanner zips forward. Whee! We did it! Heh, it's a pleasure to work with people as legendary as myself. That toll booth station tractor beam has got nothing on the scanner. No ticket for us. Did we literally just run a ticket booth? Fiscal responsible flying. Is it illegal to avoid receiving a ticket? What just happened? Nothing to worry about, kid. Just us getting you journalists to your destination. You must be the new intern, Blue Otter. I'm Becca, navigator. I'm Oren, one of the scanner's pilots and your new friend. And I'm Joe. I'm a bit of a living legend around these parts. Especially to anyone trying to enforce solar traffic laws. Joe told me laws are meant to be broken. I will break more laws every cycle of my life. Or maybe keep your voice down there, Oren. Arwen sent you up here for a book, right? Here it is. Joe hands you a well-used copy of E.B. White's Dwarfs the Theoretical Elements of Style. Arwen gave me this to help while I write my many adventures. Not that I used it, better not to tell him that. Feel free to come visit us again anytime. We like to know the team we're moving from place to place. And I live to meet new friends. Very cool. Let's continue that in the next episode. So thank you for watching. Have an utterly fantastic day and see you next time.